Hello and welcome to CXNet. This is one of our first videos where we're going to discuss what is CXNet. CXNet is a platform for tech providers and CX users. Now, we created this platform because we see a lot of buzz about CXNet, CX, and we want to understand what is happening in this particular segment. I have with me Mr. Mridul Srivastava is formerly with British Telecom and currently is an advisor to CXNet. Welcome, Mridul.
Thank you, Sandipan. Thank you.
So,
Sandipan, what is your vision for starting CXNet?
Mridul, I think the first thing, because there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of buzz about CXNet, customer experience coming up in last couple of years. And we as an organization have are very focused on building communities. One of the communities, SMB Connect, has been doing good. And when we were looking at how to take the next step, and with this lot of buzz about CX coming in, and we did our research, we tried to find out what is happening in this industry globally and in India. We realized there is not a community of customer experience professionals. There's a lot of technology providers are coming in. There's a lot of new things are happening, which is where we thought a CXNet can be a platform to discuss and talk about what is happening in the CX or the customer experience technology and the customer experience per se in globally and in India. That's the vision. That's the thought process we started.
That's quite
For.
lovely. That's very, very, very interesting.
But I want to ask now. The last couple of years, in fact, post-COVID, there's a lot of talk about CX. People are talking about this is going to be the game changer for a lot of organizations. What is your take of CX as a technology and CX as the users from the users' point of view also?
So that's a good question. I think. See what's happening in the industry and what's happening in the world around us. So there are few things which are happening. Number one, customer is spoiled for choices. So he has multiple choices. Same kind of product sold by multiple brands, and each has its own value proposition. Second, this is very important. In this online digital world, customer has become impatient, and he wants everything fast. So if you look at the online purchase scenario where most of the new age Gen Z is moving into, is the entire purchase process is very, very short, which used to be few hours earlier when you go and compare it with brick and mortar world. Third thing which is happening in this area is that the loyalty is lost its meaning in terms of customer loyalty, and therefore customers are switching very fast. With all this happening, the companies are bound to find out something which is lasts with the customer, and that something which lives with the customer is the experience of buying, experience of using, and experience of post purchase. That is very important. Therefore, CX has become a differentiator, and I personally feel that going forward, CX will become the most important driver for businesses and for the growth of their businesses. Because if CX is there, then companies can look at greater retention, cross-selling and upselling, and higher revenues. And these are the things which any organization will be looking forward. Therefore, suddenly CX has become the centerpiece of all the discussion or all the topics which is happening today.
So I want to ask you one question. I book a hotel. For me, experience, I go to the hotel, I've been greeted. I get a good, nice welcome drink. I have a nice stay. Food is good. I feel good. How does technology comes in this?
That's a very good thing. When you go to the hotel, I would even go a step back. When you pick up a hotel, how do you decide on a hotel? How did you take the decision of choosing a hotel? So you had certain things in mind, some big hotel chains, their brands, and you perceive that they are good. They're going to be good. So if I'm staying in an X hotel, they're a reputed brand, they're a global brand, and they have very good service, and I know that people know it. I will be staying there. Now you come there. Now the moment you enter into a hotel, the first thing you're doing is check-in. Now the moment you're checking in, the first thing is this is a technology thing. So today you are seeing that check-in is no longer a manual process. It's completely technology. People are using iPads, so it doesn't waste your time. Wherever you are standing, they will come, they will do everything. All the framework will do. And suddenly you feel that okay, my time process for check-in is instead of few 10 minutes or 11 minutes is now less than 2 minutes. And that is the first technology. Second, you go into the room. And you already know that okay, non-smoking room, what kind of preferences, what kind of food, beverage, and they know everything. And in fact, the more and more they know about you, and the more and more they use technology to deliver the experiences you want. If you are a business traveler, what kind of newspaper you will read? If you are a business traveler, what kind of services you will need in the hotel? And if I do all that in advance, and if that technology is enabling me to give you the insights, then I will be able to deliver much superior experience. So technology is all pervasive. The way is how do we interpret it and how do we leverage the technology to deliver a superior customer experience is the differentiator. That is where the role of the end company will come who's delivering that superior
So basically, as CX is shaping up, the leader need to understand. So my question is again, this is a new technology, or is there, or is evolving technology has been used it a lot. What is the role, or what are the expectations from the leader of an organization who is taking care of the customer experience portfolio in that organization?
So the CX, the one who is responsible for delivering CX, he has his role is emerging. And this guy has to play a very important role from a perspective of, because number one, he has to be the voice of the customer. He has to first understand what is the customer looking for. Then, then if I let me take a minute of pause here. If you go, you talked about a hotel. Now, if you go to a very famous five-star hotel and you get what you expected and you came out of it, right? So your check-in experience was good, everything was good. And now let us compare. You went to a hotel which was not known, a three-star, four-star hotel, and you had a good experience. Which one will you rave more about? Obviously, the second one, because your expectations were low. So, when you are selling a service, what levels of expectations you are developing in the minds of the customer? What is the value proposition? And as a seller, am I living up to this value proposition? This is the biggest role of a CX leader. If my value proposition is X, am I living up to X or beyond X? If I'm living to X plus, then I'm delivering superior X. So that's one thing. So he has to be customer advocate. He has to be the one who is to decide that deliver the product. Second thing which he has to do is he has to also look inward and understand how he is integrating various people, various processes, various elements, the product, its design. How is he integrating this? How is he influencing the delivery of all these mechanisms into the customer so that the customer's expectation or is reached or surpassed? Because that is, when you surpass it, then only you deliver CX.
What I can understand, Mridul, from you is a lot of technology is coming in. I'm from little old timer. For me, customer experience is a human thing. And if you look at a business organization, the marketing, which is the customer or the customer facing, are the one who takes care of the customer experience. Now, in this currently changing environment, in an organization, be it an hotel, be it as any service provider, who will lead the CX role? Is it the customer facing or the CMOs? Or since you're talking about a lot of technology, will it be the CIO who's going to be taking that decisions? And who's be saying, okay, I will set the agenda for the CX?
So that's a good question. This is emerging, and and as I said, organizations are taking this decision. But you ask my view, and I want to be unbiased here, that CMO should be in the driving seat. A CX leader has to be, probably he has that marketing acumen and has to be from the CMO side, right? Why I'm saying that is, rest of the things, if you're talking about CX, it rests on three things: product, processes, and people. These three are enablers, but the vision of delivering it, what is a good delivery of CX? What is the expectation? What is the value proposition? The one who's in the driving seat has to be a CMO. So, in my opinion, the marketing person has to sit there on the top, and technology has to work very closely. So, the CIO or the CTO has to work very closely with them to understand that. And I'm not denying the role of the sales enablement team, the people management team, who are going to actually enable the sales teams, enable the customer success teams, enable the customer facing teams to deliver the right kind of customer experience. But as I said, to cut the long story short, the one who's going to be on the driver will be CMO.
So basically, what I understand, somebody who's already facing the client,
Yes.
facing the customer, should be the one who should take the drive.
Right.
He need to upskill himself to understand the technology and how he can use the technology to give better experience to his customers. Am I correct?
You are correct, and he has to look both. He has to look outwards, and he has to look inwards. So outwards, what is to be delivered and what is the expectation, and inwards on how do we manage it to deliver it to the customer's expectation.
Great. Now, as we can see, technology is changing day in, day out. 10 years back, a refresh or a change will come in a year and a half. Today, every second day, some new technology is getting developed. And with AI coming in, everything is happening at a on-the-go on-the-go environment. How does the CX role or CX tech is going to get impacted by the AI and IoT and other stuff?
Okay, so let me tell you one thing. There's a lot of buzzword around AI, right? Let's not talk about AI as one technology. AI is enabling multiple technology, right? So let us first of all get that thing very, very clear. Now, what are the technologies which are going to define and to help organizations deliver CX? The first is personalization. How do you build the right kind of personalization? Do you have the right kind of systems, processes to capture data in order to come up with a outcome which is more personalized for the customer? Now, AI is going to definitely play a role here, right? In terms of collecting the data in a real-time basis and trying to provide you the outcomes. But personalization, and I would say hyper personalization, is the new thing which is going to happen. I always say when we talk about personalization, we have to talk it with a caution, because privacy and personalization are two edges of the same sword. So you have to ensure that while you are going the hyper personalization route, you have to ensure that you do not invade the privacy of your customer. So that's the first thing. The second technology which is going to happen, or which is going to change, is predictive analytics. Now, data is coming from multiple touch points. If the customer is working on using online purchase, more data is coming because we have more granularity of data which is coming to us, and that is helping us to develop more predictive environment. What next the customer is likely to buy, what next customer is likely to think, what is, if he has gone to a particular place to a holiday, where is he likely to go, what are his interests, and therefore you can customize things, right? So predictive analytics is becoming very, very important from that perspective. Again, AI is going to play an important role. The third area which I think where technology is going to change the way people work or people look at is customer interactions. Now, we know AI is playing a very important role. We know chatbots and all other tools are there. But I go to a next step and I say AI human interface will redefine the way customer interactions happen. And that new area, so don't leave everything to AI. Because trust me, there are times when people want to talk to a human to solve their problems. And sometimes human interaction has got a much greater and lasting impact. And therefore, AI plus human interaction is a third technology which is going to actually revolutionize the way you interact with the customer. So, in opinion, these are the three things in the overall way the technology is going to happen and will into revolutionize.
So what I can understand is technology is going to play big role. Predictive analysis or predictive decision making will be there. Would help to take decision much faster. And human is not going anywhere.
No, no, a human is going to be there because you can't replace human. You can't. There is no replacement to human interaction.
Thanks, Mridul. I think it's pretty good to understand what happening in a nutshell in the CX domain. I
No,
think
so Sandipan, I have a question for you. So, what is it? How do you want to take this CX net forward? What is your thought process, and how do you think you
so.
are looking at in the next immediate future and in the long term future?
So, Mridul, we would be very keen to be the voice of CX development in India. We would like to understand, we need to communicate and share what is happening in the CX customer experience, both in terms of what technologies are getting developed, what technologies being used, how the technology is impacting businesses. These are things which we'd like to bring to the notice of people. We would like to identify the heroes who are behind implementing CX. We would like to understand what the experience the customer is having of using some of the technologies which has been implemented by a few of the players. So overall, as I look at, we would like to be the voice of CX. We'd like to maybe engage and understand and share a roadmap with partnership with some research organizations who are spending good amount of time to predict what is the next stage of technology coming in. So that's the focus, and be a player where people can share information. As I told you, human is not going where. Technology, there are the technology providers and there are technology users. We would like to be the organization where they can connect and engage and be the network for them to come and see what is happening, what are the best case studies available for them to implement in their organization.
That's wonderful vision, and I think you are absolutely right. CXNet should become a kind of a bond between the technology, CX technology providers, and CX technology leaders and practitioners. Thank you.
Great. Great, Mridul. Thank you very much. I think we had a very nice interaction. I'm sure most of our viewers will get a glimpse of what is expected from CXNet. And it's just the beginning for us. A long way to go. And we look at support from all of you. Please visit our website and keep looking out something new happening here. Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful day.
Thank you.